Shalom and welcome back to Kapparoni. In this video, we will learn the Hebrew alphabet, commonly known as the alphabet. We will learn the name of each letter, the corresponding letter's sound in English, and a word example for each. For now, we will concentrate on the print style of the letters. So let's begin. Letter number 1. Aleph. The letter Aleph makes no sound. It's a silent consonant, unless the letter Aleph comes with a nikud. When the letter Aleph has a nikud, it could sound like any letter of the English vowels. It could sound like A, E, O, or U. Now, I don't want you to worry about these sounds, because we are going to learn them in a future video when we learn the topic of nikud. Let's see the following word example where the letter Aleph is present, but we do not hear it. Rishon. The word Rishon contains a silent Aleph. Rishon. Rishon means first. Letter number 2. Bet. The letter bet makes the sound of the letters B or V. This depends on whether the letter bet comes with or without a dagesh. The dagesh is part of the nikud, and it's this little dot inside of the letter bet. When the dagesh is present inside of the letter bet, the bet makes the sound of the letter B. But if there is no dagesh inside of the letter bet, it makes the sound of the letter V. You can call this version of the letter bet as vet. However, do not count it as an additional letter. It's just another sound of the same letter. Remember, we have only 22 letters. Let's see examples of both. Barbour. The example Barbour has 2 times bet, and both are with a dagesh. Therefore, both bet make the sound of B. Barbour. Barbour means swan. Our second example is Arnav. The bet in Arnav has no dagesh. As a result, it makes the sound of the letter V. Arnav. Arnav means a rabbit. Letter number 3. Gimel. The letter Gimel makes the sound of the letter G in English. Like in the following word example. Gir. The word gir starts with the letter Gimel. Gir means chalk. Letter number 4. Dalet. The letter Dalet makes the sound of the letter D. Like in the following word example. Degel. The word degel starts with the letter Dalet. Degel means a flag. Letter number 5. Hey. The letter Hey makes the sound of the letter H. Sometimes the letter Hey is silent, but don't worry about that right now. We will discuss that when we learn the letters called the mothers of reading. But for now, let's look at the following word example with the letter Hey. Hippopotam. The word hippopotam starts with the letter Hey. Hippopotam. Hippopotam means a hippopotamus. Letter number 6. Vav. The letter Vav makes the sound of the letter V. But the letter Vav also can make the sound of the letter O or U. When the letter Vav has a dagesh on the top of it, it makes the sound of the letter O. And when the letter Vav is followed by a dagesh in the middle of it, it makes the sound of the letter U. More to come on this letter in future videos. No worries. For now, let's look at the following word example. Vilon. The word vilon starts with the letter Vav. Vilon. Vilon means a curtain. Letter number 7. Zayin. The letter Zayin makes the sound of the letter Z or Z, whatever you call it. The word Zahav starts with the letter Zayin. Zahav. Zahav means gold. Letter number 8 is the letter Chet. The letter Chet is a Gutler letter with no English letter corresponding to its sound. However, the syllable CH could help you catch the sound of this letter. I like to think about it as cleaning your throat. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah. Let's look at the following word example. The word Khayal. The word Khayal starts with the letter Chet. And Khayal means a soldier. Letter number 9 is the letter Tet. The letter Tet makes the sound of the letter T. Our word example for the letter Tet is Tov. The word Tov starts with the letter Tet, and Tov means good. Letter number 10. Yud. The letter Yud, sometimes people call it Yod. Why? I have no idea. But whatever, everyone, The letter Yud makes the sound of the letter Y. Like in the name Yisrael. The name Israel starts with the letter Yud. Yisrael. Letter number 11. Kaf. The letter Kaf has two forms. This form of the letter Kaf is what you would see at the beginning or in the middle of a word. And this form of the letter Kaf is what you would see only at the end of a word. And it's called Kaf Sufit. Now, the letter Kaf also makes two sounds. It makes the sound of the letter K and the sound of the syllable CH. When the letter Kaf comes with a dagesh, it makes the sound of the letter K. And when the letter Kaf comes without a dagesh, it makes the Gutler sound of the syllable CH. Exactly like the letter Chet, you remember? You can call this version of the letter Kaf as Chaf. Just do not count it as an additional letter. It's just another common sound of the letter Kaf. Let's look at the following examples with both forms and sounds. The word kapit. The word kapit starts with the letter Kaf with dagesh. Therefore, it makes the sound of the letter K. Kapit. Kapit means a spoon. The following word example is melech. The word melech ends with the letter Kaf, but this time the letter Kaf has no dagesh. Therefore, it makes the Gutler sound of the syllable CH. Melech. Melech means a king. Letter number 12. Lamed. The letter Lamed makes the sound of the letter L, like in the following word example. Live. The word live starts with the letter Lamed, and live means heart. Letter number 13. Mem. The letter Mem comes in two forms. This form of the letter Mem, it's used at the beginning or in the middle of a word. And this form of the letter Mem is used only at the end of a word, and it's called Mem Sufit. The letter Mem makes the sound of M, like in the following word example. Mime. The word mime contains both forms of the letter Mem. mime. Mime means water. The letter nun is another letter that changes its form when it comes at the end of a word. This form of the letter nun is what you would see at the beginning or in the middle of a word. And this form of the letter nun is what you would see only at the end of a word, and it's called nun sufit. The letter nun makes the sound of the letter N. Like in the following word example, ne'eman. The word ne'eman contains both forms of the letter nun. Ne'eman. Ne'eman means loyal. Letter number 15, samech. The letter samech makes the sound of the letter S. Like in the delicious example, sukkariya. The word sukkariya starts with the letter samech, and sukkariya means a candy. Letter number 16, ayn. The letter ayn does not really make the sound of any letter in English, but the most similar sound to the letter ayn in English is the sound of the letter A. Let's look at the following word example with the letter ayn. Agil. The word agil starts with the letter ayn, and agil means an earring. Letter number 17 is the letter P. The letter P comes in two forms. This form of the letter P is what you would see at the beginning or in the middle of a word. And this form of the letter P is what you would see only at the end of a word, and it's called P sufit. The letter P makes two sounds. It makes the sound of the letter P or F. It depends on whether the letter P comes with or without a dagesh. So when the letter P comes with a dagesh, it makes the sound of the letter P. And if the letter P comes without a dagesh, it makes the sound of the letter F. Let's see examples of both forms and sounds. The word panas. The word panas starts with the letter P with a dagesh. Therefore, it makes the sound of the letter P, panas. And panas means a flashlight. Our second example is aloof. The word aloof ends with the letter P without a dagesh. Therefore, it makes the sound of the letter F. Aloof. Aloof means a champion. Letter number 18 is Tsadi. The letter Tsadi also comes in two forms. This form of the letter Tsadi is what you would see at the beginning or in the middle of a word. And this form of the letter Tsadi is what you would see only at the end of a word, and it's called Tsadi sufit. The letter Tsadi also doesn't have an English letter corresponding to its sound. However, the closest sound to the letter Tsadi in English is actually the syllable TS. It's like saying the T and the S back to back. At the beginning, it might feel a little hard to say it, but you will eventually be able to say it correctly with some practice. Let's look at the following word example with the letter Tsadi. The word tziyutz. The word tziyutz contains both forms of the letter Tsadi. And tziyutz means a tweet. Letter number 19. Kuf. The letter Kuf makes the sound of the letter K or Q. Now, if you ask me what is the difference between the sound of K and Q, God knows. However, our word example for the letter Kuf is Kubiya. Kubiya starts with the letter Kuf, and Kubiya means a cube. Letter number 20, Resh. The letter Resh makes the sound of the letter R, like in the following word example, Rofeh. The word Rofeh starts with the letter Resh, and Rofeh means a doctor, or as how we say it with a Hebrew accent, doctor. Letter number 21, Shin. The letter Shin makes two sounds. It makes the sound of the syllable SH or the sound of the letter S. Let's learn how it works. So when the letter Shin comes with a dagesh on the top right of it, it makes the sound of the syllable SH. And when the letter Shin comes with a dagesh on the top left of it, it makes the sound of the letter S. You can also call it Sin if you want. Just remember, it's not an additional letter. It's only a different sound of the letter Shin. I know, it's a little confusing, but you can come up with some tips and tricks to help you associate the Shin sound with the right dagesh and the Sin sound with the left dagesh. Our first word example here is the word Shulchan. The word Shulchan starts with the letter Shin with a dagesh on the top right of it. Therefore, it makes the sound of the syllable SH. Shulchan. The word Shulchan means a table. Our second example is Safam. The word Safam starts with the letter Shin, but this time the dagesh is on the top left of the Shin. Therefore, it makes the sound of the letter S. Safam. And Safam means a mustache. Letter number 22 is Tav. The letter Tav makes the sound of the letter T. Like in the following word example, Torah. The word Torah starts with the letter Tav. Torah. Now we have learned all the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Let's have a quick review of the name of each letter. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ain, Pe, Tsadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, and Tav. I hope this video has benefited you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free typing them in the comments section below, and I will see you next time. Hello! Wait! Like, share, and subscribe!